Scorpio.
Hello everyone, I have an announcement to make before we get on with this month's forecast, and we have some exciting news. We've developed what we call the audioscopes, and this is coming in addition to what you get here on YouTube. There are YouTube videos outlined what you can expect and when, outlines the dates and so forth. The audioscopes though, they go a little bit deeper into the material and what you can expect emotionally, spiritually, and how to roll with the energies and the influences coming in the current months. So you can check it out for your convenience. I'm putting down the link right here and also down in the description area so that you can find it there on the home page. Now these audioscopes run approximately 15 minutes. Hello Scorpio, this is your August forecast for 2013, and yes, I hope I will not make the same mishap as last month. So you guys were funny. I did not dare go back and look at it, and neither will I. But yeah, those things can happen. But looking here at your chart this month, I'm really happy for you because Jupiter has moved into Cancer, and for you this is the 9th house, ruled by Sagittarius. So this Jupiter is at home, you know, so it's like a double whammy energy. And this is energizing you and what is important to you and the way you nurture yourself, because it's in the sign of Cancer. Cancer is always about how we nurture others and how we nurture ourselves. And for you, what you've been longing for, a lot of you Scorpions, is spiritual. Spiritual realms, you know, reconnecting to, longing for that higher dimension, because it's been busy, it's been heavy on you. You have had Saturn to your sign here now for a long time already, and it's still only 5 degrees. It's got 25 more degrees to go to move out of your sign. So when you're having extra responsibility and burdens like this, it's heavy. It becomes very three-dimensional down here on Earth. So what Jupiter is doing now, it's lifting you up. You know, that we are more than just our physical bodies. We are more than just this physical dimension of reality. So many of you are going to see and feel this need to grow beyond, to re-engage with not just your spirit, but spirituality, you know, what feeds you from higher realms. And many of you are going to start studying and exploring, expanding your minds. This is what Jupiter in Sagittarius loves to do. And you have it here in this area, in the sign of Cancer, which is your inner emotional self. It's your moon self, so to speak. And your inner moon here wants to be touched, felt, heard, recognized, that you do have higher and more refined energies that now, from this pressure of Saturn wanting to lift and rise. So it's beautiful. Really, really happy for you, because from the get-go, most of you Scorpions are spiritual beings, because you are ruled by water, which is very intuitive, and then Pluto, your ruler, which really gives you more than anybody else in the zodiac a knowingness that there is something deeper beyond meta. That's why we talk about metaphysical, you know. So you are metaphysical magicians, and this is the time, and you're going to be expanding this area until summer of 2014. So new courses are going to come up, new workshops, digging into books and so forth, and you're going to love it. It's going to heal you in many ways. So, but just let's start talking on the top of the month here. We start out with something very romantic. Venus and Mars are going to do the dance hand in hand by sextile. So that's romantic energy right there. But also what's taking place, and probably through communication with a partner, or if you're single, you might meet somebody new that will do the same healing, because I see healing here on the 1st and 2nd, where Mars is trining Chiron, which is the wounded healer. So it could be something from the past that's been like an open wound somewhere in your auric field, you know, in your mind. and Venus opposing this. So it kind of tells me that through this communication, either you will be healing your partner, or your partner may be healing you just through words. It doesn't have to be, physical, spiritual, hands-on type of healing, but just through situations that are going to come. It's more like pouring oil on rough seas. And so for you, beautiful way to start the month. Then we have unexpected news, and this is coming from your 10th house and your 6th house. So it might be unexpected news from the area of work, or from a co-worker, or from a boss. Your sun is currently moving through your career house, and the new moon, also here on the 6th, is in the same area. So there might be some new affirmations that you're going to create as far as how you want to work. Maybe some of you want to cut back on time because your Jupiter now is saying, I want time and need time to do something here in a different arena. Some of you may be looking for extended more hours, and then you might be getting it. So whatever it is for you, that depends on your personal individual chart, which of course we don't have here, so we can't see your birth planets. But these solar charts are laying on top of it, and it is triggering the need to now do something new in this area, which you will. We have a couple of dates here throughout this month that isn't going to be all that easy. We've had a few months where things have been actually pretty well, on a roll. But we have some confrontations, we have some challenges. It may not always be that easy, but I see you actually being challenged to stand your ground, to say what works for you, what doesn't work for you. Some of you might have to put some boundaries there. Mercury is going to be challenged here with Saturn on the 11th. And so that might not come across as a harmonious conversation. But then again, it's important. And right now, your Saturn is, in your sign. So your Saturn is standing its ground. Mercury is expressing itself. And it is expressing itself from the area of work. It had just moved in there on the 8th. So from the career field to where you are at, they may be laying more burdens, more responsibility on you. And if you feel that your plate is already full, you might say, thank you, but no thank you. I am already up to here with my responsibility. So watch out for the 11th. Stay strong. They might have a little tiff about it because they don't know where to place this extra burden. But you're not the go-to right now. But you might even come up with a solution for them on the 14th, because Mercury's going to trine Uranus, and Uranus always thinks outside of the box. It might come very unexpected, like a lightning bolt from above. So the 14th should take care of that. Then we have Venus moving into your 12th house, into Libra. So right now, being this is on the 16th, so up to the 16th, you're having a great time, Scorpio. It's out there in the 11th house for hopes, dreams, wishes, really having a great time with groups or friends, enjoying yourself, which you so totally deserve, and that's going to feel really good. And as it moves into your 12th house, you might still be feeling good about, well, time to kind of retreat a little bit within because things have felt good. You've been away from some of this pressure that's been on you, and you're still having need to recoup yourself. Some of that recuperation was having fun with friends. The other of it is more pulling within, finding that inner ocean, because the 12th house is ruled by Pisces and Neptune, putting Venus in there. Well, Venus loves Neptune. Neptune's the higher octave of Venus. So you might find that soothing music, here at this time into next month will do you a whole lot of good, more healing. It might be that you can catch up with some of your artistic streaks too at this time. That is also more healing. It's doing those things that Spirit wants. And we just spoke about Jupiter up there, in the house of spirituality and metaphysics. So those can go together. Maybe you want to do more yoga, meditation, but these things kind of correlate because it's the water house, and then it's in the sign of Cancer up there with Jupiter. So you're listening, you're feeding yourself. Really happy to see that. You need that, Scorpio. And then we have Mercury moving out of Leo, out of your work house. Now, it's been there for a while, but moved, no, it's been in Cancer for a while. It's moved through your career house really quick, where Mercury was like up to 6 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks there in Cancer. It moved 2 signs here relatively quick to catch up with the sun again. So yes, in 14 days, it just transited zoom by your career house, now joining into the 11th house. So you'll be communicating a whole lot more with friends, groups, affiliates, and so forth. Maybe even being on the net, speaking with people far away places, which is a beautiful sextile between the 11th house and the 9th house. Catching up with them, maybe dreaming about more travel, for example. And I have to say that this year, Scorpio, for you, you will be traveling a whole lot more. And we're not just talking, close distance. It's actually far away because Jupiter rules foreign countries. So this whole year is lit up for that. It could even be cultural trips too, since it's in the sign of Cancer. You're attracted to ancient places. So that could be really exciting, especially since you're a Scorpio that really likes to go into the hidden side of mysteries too. Like if you've ever been fantasizing Peru and those places, this would be your year to go to that kind of place. Then we have, another miscommunication, little muddled stuff coming up here on the 25th. Mercury and Neptune, they're at odds with each other, and there's going to be little consequences here for it. You might have said something one way, and then somebody might have said something the opposite way. This makes it currently a little difficult for you because also it looks like somebody's taking action upon what has been said, whether it's you or them, or vice versa. But whoever thought they heard, they are going to act on it, and then it's out there in motion. Then it's going to be found that, oops, that's not what was said. And then now we have to talk this through and figure out exactly what one meant. Neptune can be very deceptive or misleading at times. And then Mercury is all about hearing. Maybe you were mentally somewhere else when somebody was talking, or they could have been when you were speaking to them. However, though, the 26th will fix what the 25th did. But then again, on the 27th, this is when you practically have to go do something. And it looks like money could be involved, Scorpio, because it's Venus and it is Jupiter. So Venus rules our money, and it is from the 12th to the 9th house. I'd also like to say, this miscommunication or this muddleness, if you're out and about traveling, be careful, don't lose your wallet or put your credit card somewhere, because there is also deception. And Venus and Jupiter here shows that you could be out and about traveling when this situation takes place. So it might take a little time to fix up, but you're going to land on your feet. Then we have Mars moving out of this 9th house of travel and study and higher philosophy and spirituality, and where you have been able to just lately reach for those things that nurture your heart and soul, will now go back to work. It's going to move into the 10th house of your career, and reality kicks in again, and you will be up and running and very, very busy. And not feeling like that's what you want to do, because it's going to be squaring your sign next month, and it's squaring Saturn. So there's a part of you that still wants to have this social energy, hanging loose and free with friends and traveling, where your mind is off towards new horizons. This is what you're wanting for spirit. So a little bit challenge here next month, but we'll get to that when we get there. And this is also what the audioscopes do give more information about. Not just what is coming on which date, but how to roll with it when it hits. What do we do with it? How is it affecting us emotionally? And how can we spiritually really grasp the energies of these planets and transform ourselves? Totally different take than from what we're doing here. And this is also great because we need to know the dates to look out for. Ending up here at the end of the month, Scorpio, we have Mercury and Pluto really putting something in place that you're proud of, that you can live with, communicating something here that's really going to be transformative for you. It's like if you've been trying for a long time to make a point and nobody was really paying attention, well, your point is going to be made here by the 28th, and you will hear it, know it, see it, feel it. And because it's leaving you here on the 29th with your sun sign here, and that is now going through this area of your 10th house, moving into Virgo, of course, at that time by then. So that's moving into your 11th house, in fact. And then Saturn coming in, giving it structure, authority, where you're feeling that, yes, you have been able on some level to structure what it is you want and to weed away what you don't want. This is leaving you feeling mentally a little bit happier. Mercury is leaving you here on the 30th, end of the month, with a great aspect to Jupiter, leaving you feeling optimistic, enthusiastic, that whatever it is you've done this month, through these challenges, as hard as they could have been, going through them, but leaving you feeling that you did a great job by standing your grounds, setting up whatever barriers or limitations that you needed to do, boundaries. This is what you're going to start off with next month. And then, especially since Mars is going to go into that area of work, we'll see how you're going to do in August. And how whatever you put into structure now is going to behoove you when you get into next month. This is where astrology is great. You know, it's being ahead of the game so that you don't have to take these big blows when they do come around. So, Scorpio, do go listen to your moon sign, which is your emotional self, and your rising sign, which is what you're giving out to the world. That has great influences just as much as your sun sign. We've been talking about that. And do listen to your partner too. See what's going on with him or her. So I will see you next month. Bye now.